extremely convenient to buy a car compared to going into a dealer, right? You don't have to deal with a salesy cars person, or any of that. Sleazy type, environment and whatnot. So being able to get on the computer and or the app and look through vehicles is just extremely convenient. And so there are a few things you do have to look out for, right? Because you're not physically there to inspect the vehicle. So Carvana does give you a good list of the history of the car, the Carfax. Not every car has a Carfax, even though they state it in their website that every car has a Carfax, but not every car that I was looking at had a Carfax. So keep that in mind. This one did have a Carfax. And they also post a lot of pictures of the vehicle on their website, and they also post imperfections of the vehicle. So this car had 3 imperfections. It had a scratch, that they claimed. It had a scratch on the hood, and it had a scratch on the driver's side fender, and then it had a scratch on the wing or the spoiler of the car. When I got the vehicle, one out of those 3 things were correct, which was the spoiler had the scratch, which was visible. The other scratches they were referring to did not have. I wasn't able to find them. So I wasn't able to find them. So whenever I got the car, they give you 7 days to drive it, test drive, inspect it, and do what you need to do to be happy with your purchase. So whenever I got the car, I inspected it. Now, before I get into that, actually, let me talk about how seamless the process is when purchasing the car. If you have a trade-in vehicle, it is better to purchase with Carvana. If you have a trade-in vehicle, why do I say that? I had a vehicle that I wanted to trade in, and I ultimately decided to post it up for sale to see if I could get more than what Carvana was offering me. Carvana was offering me $1,000 for the vehicle. I paid $3,000 for it. I was trying to see if I could get the $3,000 back from it, and I saw, whoa. That's weird. First time that happened. So I had a trade-in vehicle, and the trade-in vehicle was valued at $1,000. So I submitted it as if I was going to do a trade-in, and then I took off the trade-in to see what the difference would be for the down payment. And the difference was a pretty big difference, guys. It was about a $2,000 to $3,000, maybe even $4,000 difference. My down payment was $4,300, and without the trade-in, I was gonna put in I think it was $6,000 or $7,000, right? Up closer to the 8s. I can't remember the exact number, but it was a lot more than what it would have been with the trade-in. So I decided to go ahead and trade in the vehicle. thing is, they didn't really confirm it, and I don't know why. This is my experience, right? They didn't require me to upload any additional documents and whatnot. I did connect my bank through a service called Plaid, where you're able to, with that service, you're able to sign into your online banking, and then they can confirm the routing number and the checking number and all that, or account number. And then I think because they had that access, they didn't need to require like more information for me to prove for my proof of income, since they had access to my bank statements through that. So that was seamless. They said that the down payment would be taken out within 1 to 5 business days. That joker was taken out as soon as possible, probably the next day. So just had to upload my ID, all the information for the trade-in vehicle, take photos, and do the proof of income, fill out a little questionnaire there, and connect my bank account, and that was it. Once I clicked purchase, the next day they took out the down payment, and that was that. I had officially purchased the vehicle. So I was supposed to get my car on a Wednesday between between 11 and 2 p.m. Mind you, I work 12 to 15 hours a day, and part of it is a hybrid position, so part of it is remote, part of it is inside of office. And so around 2 o'clock is when I go inside the office. So I was expecting the car to already be delivered by 2 o'clock. 1:30 comes around, and still no contact from the driver, nothing from, no signs of the delivery, right? So I call Caravan at 1:30, and I'm like, what's going on? It's about to be 2 o'clock, and this guy still hasn't been here. Lo and behold, when I was on the phone with Caravan, the driver calls me. So he calls me, he's like, hey, I'm gonna be there at 3:30. I'm just like, 3:30? It said the delivery is supposed to be from 11 to 2. And I'm like, I have to go to work and whatnot. Like, I revolve my schedule around the delivery time. So like, the guy's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'll get there as soon as possible and whatnot. Thankfully, he said that to I guess have more cushion. He was only 30 minutes away, he was only an hour away, so he came at 2:30. And when he came at 2:30, the process was pretty simple. He unloaded the car. I was able to inspect it. I did a little quick drive around the neighborhood to make sure the car was running and whatnot. And he inspected the car. I was able to leave before he even left. He said I didn't need to be there no more. I signed all the paperwork and whatnot, and so he just had to do his part with the trade-in, and then he loaded the vehicle and took the car and whatnot. So from that point I had the 7 days to check it out. So when I got the vehicle, I looked back at what was the wrong with the photos, the imperfection photos, which was the 3 scratches. And so I checked that, and they were there. But as I continued to look at the car more in detail, there was things that I found that weren't listed on the website as decision based off that, because that really weighed in on my decision on which car I wanted and what price point. And so what I found was the front bumper and splitter had damage to it. Underneath the splitter was whoever was driving it before was not being aware of how low the car was. And there was damage there. There was damage to the front bumper paint. There's like this sticky glue there that was chipping away the paint. There was a scratch or a chip paint on the driver's side door handle that was retouched with some paint, and it was retouched with the incorrect paint, so you can visibly tell, and they did a horrible job touching it up. You could really tell that, there's something wrong there. And there's also holes in this dash. Those are the things that I found. And you can put in a claim for the warranty. So I put in the claim for the warranty, and basically the warranty responded saying, it's a used vehicle, it's minor wear and tear, it's a normal thing. So I was like, all right, whatever. So with the warranty, I took it in so they can look over my car, check everything is good and whatnot. So I took it in for a tire rotation and oil and alignment, because it needed an alignment. And unfortunately, I'm kind of in the middle of nowhere, and they only had one location that was in the networking for their warranty program. So I had to go to a Tire Plus, which they had in my location. They have very bad reviews, really bad. They didn't even do my alignment. They only did the back wheel alignments. They didn't do front wheel alignments, and they're just really bad. But I took it to them because they were in network and whatnot. And thankfully, the manager was like, these tires are super bald. We can change I don't want to do the alignment because he wants to change out the tires and do it under the warranty, and because it's a safety issue. And then when the tires come in, then they'll do the alignment and whatnot. So lo and behold, I was able to get, thank God, some brand new tires for the back, not the front, because the front are still good. But I was able to get back tires, brand new back tires, through the warranty, which was great, and the alignment done. But they only aligned the back tires. They didn't align the front tires, so the car is still on the line. Not as bad as it was before, but it's still on the line, like you can tell. So the warranty, did cover all that, even though the guy, not the original guy that I worked with, the manager, but one of the workers there, when the tires came in, he was trying to charge me for the service, and I had to call the warranty and make sure they covered it and whatnot. And anyways, got that settled. Warranty covered it. Other than that, there was no other real mechanical issues besides what just happened now. The first just popped out of gear at a standstill. I've never had that happen before. So fast forward, there was, I did the warranty, got tires through the warranty. I found all those other imperfections, and the driver was late. So besides those things, besides those cons, which they're not, horrible cons to deal with, but besides those, Caravan is super convenient to buy a vehicle through. And for the most part, overall, I'm happy. I'm extremely happy. I love this car. I'm gonna see if I can get that checked out. because I'm still under warranty. The warranty is 4,000 miles or 100 days, whatever comes first. And yeah, so would I recommend buying a car through Carvana? If you have a trade-in vehicle, I would recommend it. Would I buy another car through Caravan? I would. Now, another con that I forgot to mention is that they definitely it's best to just go through their financing company, which is called Bridgecrest. And Bridgecrest, they have extremely high interest rates. I didn't have the best credit, or don't have the best credit, but the interest rates are just high in general. So there's that part of it, and then just the interest rates were extremely high. They also hounded me because I didn't get the insurance right away because I wanted to do it through my insurance. They literally called me every hour, hey, you gotta get the insurance, or if not, the car won't be delivered and whatnot. So I ended up getting their, financing through them and doing the insurance through them as well, just to make the process seamless. My plan is to go to my credit union and refinance, and I'm not, I'm pretty happy with the insurance, so I'll probably just keep the insurance. But I am going to refinance to get that interest rate down. So keep that in mind when you are purchasing a car, that the interest rates are going to be extremely high. So my recommendation to you is to go ahead and refinance it once you get the vehicle. So if you're thinking about buying a car from Carvana, go ahead and do it if you have a trade-in vehicle. I don't know if I would want to do it. I guess depending on the car, if I didn't have and the price, if I didn't have a trade-in vehicle. But yeah, what I would rate it out of 10, my experience overall, I would probably rate it a 7 out of 5. And it was just unfortunate that they weren't completely transparent with the car. But it is what it is. So yeah, if you guys watched this far, make sure to like and subscribe. If you like, I'm gonna be making more car content on the Boss 302 and just cars in general. So other than that, you guys have a blessed day.